Hey, pass me a beer.
Lagers. Lagers. You want to do the whole podcast mispronouncing it? Just call it lager.
Look, at least promise me you won't drink. Alcohol always leads to trouble.
No, I really think that the lager style's coming back.
Hey, who wants to play Drink the Beer?
Right here.
You win.
All right, what do I win?
Another beer.
Those lagers are so nice. Good old lagers.
Just have a cup of coffee.
There it is.
Coffee?
Beer.
If we don't stop saying that, I will say it the whole time. It'll get stuck.
I'd kill for a beer.
All right, you ready to roll?
Cheap beer and a sympathetic ear. Step right up.
All right, Jesus, are you ready? Yes. I was about to burp, but it would have been as bad as the Jake burp, so I decided I'm just not going to do it. I won't lower myself to that level. Okay, are you ready?
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Beeradvocate podcast. I'm your host, Adam. And over there is my good friend, Chad. Hi, Chad. No? I can't do the show that way.
No.
That is going to be the intro, though. So, what's up, Chad?
Hey, what's going on?
I'm sticking to it. I'm not changing it.
What's going on, Adam? How you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh, boy. I've been watching way too many red carpet Oscar stuff tonight. That's why.
Oh, is that tonight?
I guess. I don't know. My wife's watching it. Yep. So, hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the Beard House podcast. And tonight we are doing a lager. I'll pronounce it right. I swear.
We're gonna,
a lager.
Lager. We're going to say lager the whole show, but then
we're just going to say lager. We were joking around saying lager before the show, and I told Chad it's going to get stuck. And I'm just going to say it the whole time. Doing a lager by Founders, solid gold.
Brand new beer.
Lager, brand new beer. And we were finally able to both get one. Chad's had it for a little bit. I was finally able to grab one. So that is what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, we had a brief discussion about Founders beer on the show before we started tonight. This is we're going to do KBS when we can get our hands on it next couple weeks. But other than KBS, this is probably going to be the last Founders beer that we review for a while, because
we've been a little Founders heavy.
We have been a little Founders heavy, and not that we don't like Founders. I actually love Founders, and all their beers that I've had have been really pretty good, except for I don't like all the IPA, and I've talked about that before.
Yeah,
but this one's brand new, and the lager style, according to many craft beer experts, is supposed to be the thing of 2018. So
the thing, but sours and lagers is what we've been told.
Yeah.
So we're going to try this, and there are other premium lagers, I guess, making their way out. So we'll see. We'll see if we have something to compare it to down the road here.
Yeah.
So this is a 4.4 ABV, 20 IBUs, and of course the can is really just like an old style type, not like the old style beer, but you know what I mean, old style.
The old solid gold.
Huh?
They're like old.
Did you say old solid gold? Is that what you said?
Yes, but I didn't mean to say old solid gold. I meant.
I was like, wait, what? It's an old style of can. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's what.
Yes.
Yeah. Brewed for us, which is all over the box of these, because I got a 6-pack. It says brewed for us all over it. That's really all this says on this can. Besides your no warnings.
This is going to be an all year-round beer. They don't really go into much of a description on the website either about what this actually is, what they brew it with. But
oh, you mean like as far as ingredients and stuff like that?
Well, not like ingredients. I wish that breweries wouldn't like tell a story about the beer. Just tell me what the beer is. You know,
time for your shit. Just tell me about the beer.
Well, I mean, you can tell me this little story, this little blur, but tell me what I know it's a lager, but you know, it's going to have yeast and corn in it, but
corn.
Yeah. So on their website, it says our brew is built on an attitude of no regrets, an attitude of taking risks to bring the best beer possible to our fellow renegades and rebels. Never brewing to style, but always brewing to what we drink. Our take on a classic solid gold is a drinkable premium lager brewed with the highest quality ingredients.
Now this has 10,000 check-ins on Untapped with an average of 3.34. That's not. I don't know. That's not really. That's not. I don't know. I can't say I thought it would be better, but I know. I for one am not huge on the lager style. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm not either. But also the check-ins. They should have separated this. There is an older version of Solid Gold from Founders. Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah. So this one is new. Like, it's a revamped recipe. So it's supposed to be different than the one they did before. But that's why there's 10,000 check-ins.
I didn't realize they had a. There's an older version of this. Okay. Well, look at that.
Yeah, Beeradvocate has the old version as 4.6 ABV. It was not a year round at the time. It was a spring brew, and this was back in 2008 with 115 ratings. So, but there's no picture of the can or anything. It says the beer is no longer brewed, but then I don't remember how I found this. This was classified as an American adjunct lager. And then, well, that's how they classify this one as well on Beeradvocate. But yeah, this is a new recipe. The brewmaster, it says right here, completely revamped the recipe. Now features lager yeast, corn, and lemon drop hops for just the right hit of flavor.
Really?
So,
all right.
Yeah.
So this will be different than the other one. I actually never heard of the other one, so I didn't know this is a reboot, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Can we crack it open?
Well, yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
And that's kind of what we're here for.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Yeah. So sporting the Cubs World Series glass.
It is spring training is here, so
Absolutely.
we're both drinking out of Cubs glasses tonight.
Let's go. Oh yeah, that's good sound. And just like every other lager that I know, it looks like urine. So there you go. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Well, I mean, we're gonna drink it and then we're gonna piss it out.
Right, my body's gonna convert it to urine anyways.
And we're gonna make this urine-looking drink into urine.
Smells like a yogurt. A yogurt.
You've got a large head on yours.
Why is that do?
I didn't get much head.
Oh, that's not a good night. There we go. Come on.
I did. There was a little bit of a head, but it dissipated very quickly.
Yeah. Smells a little hoppier than.
Yeah, hoppy, and I can actually I think I can smell some corn, but it's not. Or maybe I'm smelling the lemon drop hop because it's kind of is.
Yeah, there's a lemony.
Yeah, I get a lemony. I mean, being a lager, it doesn't smell like a Budweiser.
Thank you, Jesus.
So, if this is a premium lager,
maybe there's hope for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a lemony, corny. Lemony, corny.
Yeah. I'm drinking.
Okay.
It's a lager.
That's it. It tastes. Yeah.
I mean, it's not as bad as some lagers. I definitely think it's a good lager.
Yeah,
like
it doesn't have a pissy taste to it.
Right. It definitely has more flavor than
not that I know what piss tastes like.
I'm just gonna say it. It has more flavor than Jake's base beer. So sorry, Jake. Actually, I'm not sorry, Jake. Yeah, it has more flavor than Coors Light. It's actually I am actually surprised because normally lagers I'm just like, yeah, bleh, you know.
Yeah, I never go to them. If I'm someplace where so I've used this example before, Sam Adams Lager, the Boston Lager. If I'm someplace and all they have is Coors Light, Bud Light, Budweiser, but then a lot of these places that don't have a lot of craft beers will carry a Sam Adams Boston Lager. I'll go for that.
It's their token craft beer.
Right. So that the Boston Lager I do drink when I'm trying, go run through airports or something like that, because it's just it's an easy choice. Otherwise, I don't go for lagers ever. But this is really not too bad.
It's really not. I mean, I really don't know how to describe the taste of this other than it tastes like a lager, right? I mean, like, I don't taste lemon.
I smell it, but I don't taste it.
No, I definitely the corniness, but that's like every lager has a corn,
grainy
flavor to it. So, usually when we sniff and taste them, we can talk a little bit longer about them because there's more depth to it. It's a lager. Lagers aren't known for having a whole bunch of depth and flavor. Like they are what they are. Whether you do it, either you do it good or you do it bad. And when you do it bad, it tastes like piss. So this doesn't, and so I think they've done it good. I this is one I can actually drink in the summertime. I usually have a lager type in the summer at a barbecue, at the baseball game.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. At a ball game, hot day at a ball game, ice cold lager. Yeah, or after mowing the grass.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
This would be delicious.
Yep.
On those days.
So I am going to actually we didn't give rules of engagement. You want to give the rules of engagement real quick before we?
Yes, sure. Well, we opened it. We've already sniffed it. But the rules are open, sniff, taste, first impression, talk a little bit about something, get halfway through the beer, rate it halfway through, talk a little bit about something else, finish it off, give it a final rating, put it on Untapped. And, that is the ROE.
There we go. Those are the rules of engagement for the Bearded Hops podcast. Yes. And so we've done the sniff and the taste. What is your first impression there, Cadillac? What do you think?
I'll give this a solid 3.
I'm actually a little nicer to it. I actually kind of like this more than I thought I would. So I'm going to go 3.5 right now because honestly, when we said we were going to do a lager, my initial thought was like, okay, well, this is all right. I know, I'll drink it.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. I was not necessarily excited to do this one, but because it's brand new and it's supposed to be what everybody's brewing this year.
Well, look, if this is what I can expect from premium lagers from craft breweries, I'm pleasantly surprised because
totally acceptable. It's totally acceptable. And I think if we have regular listeners at this point, everybody knows that my 3 is a beer I would buy again. So it's good. I like it.
Yeah, definitely. It's there you go. I couldn't say it better myself. Yeah. So definitely. So 3.5. What do we want to do next? Do you want to talk about that tweet or do we want to move on to what we had this week?
Let's talk real quick about this tweet that we found out about today.
Yeah, that's actually when did the tweet happen though? This was just Chad just brought this to my attention like moments before going live on the air.
So I think it was what's today? Today is the 4th. It was 4 days ago. Yeah, so I was gonna say, was it like the 1st or the 2nd is when arrogant bastard.
Let me share my screen.
Tweeted a little something that was probably not what they should have done.
Now, for those of you watching on YouTube's, you'll be able to see the tweet right here. For those of you not, we will link more than likely to this article, right? Because I don't think the tweet's not. They took it down, didn't they?
Yeah, tweet's gone.
Yeah. So for those of you listening on the podcast, let me read it. This is from Arrogant Bastard, which is Stone Brewing's one of their brands. Can't believe I'm about to say the words, but okay, here we go. Okay, this is what
and before you read, those if people can read it. Before we say this on the podcast, we are not putting this out there to promote this tweet or condone this activity. It was just it's in the news. We want to read the tweet, and then we'll talk a little bit about the response.
So Arrogant Bastard tweeted, my technique that will help wash away the ordinaries of your day, or for rare few, cap off the day of significance. And then they have a list here. Put me in your mouth. Make an sound. Swallow. Express appreciation. And ask permission to do it again. Hint. Only wussies do the ask permission part. Yeah, that's a real tweet.
Yeah.
And I was, I don't know, I was kind of like I am now. I was speechless after reading that. Like, are you serious? Somebody actually put that out there of a major brand. And that, when you look through it, really, there's not really much wrong with it until you get to the hint part.
Right. And you kind of laugh at this. You laugh at the list. There's sexual innuendos in there, obviously.
Right.
And you know, as a guy who just thinks a lot of shit in this world's funny, I kind of laugh at that list. But then, yeah, you read the hint and it's like, well,
yeah, you get to the
now I can't
only
laugh
wussies do the ask permission part, and you're just like, what? Really? You what? How did you? What? I don't understand how this ever even, like, the send button got clicked. I don't get how anybody in their right brand who is a brand manager or who is a social media person for him, well, it's a craft beer. It's a pretty major craft beer company, is going to actually send this out. Like, it was just, I don't know.
The only thing I can think is I would hope that when this person was typing this, they were in the back of their mind, they had to have, okay, well, this is going to be a sexually referenced tweet, but I'm really talking about the beer here. And, you know, if they're going to, when you're typing this, I'm hoping, I'm so hopeful that this person, who I don't have any idea if they still work for Stone or Arrogant anymore, but
Yeah.
I would really, really hope that, you know, they're just talking about the beer. I'm not going to ask permission to drink another beer. Right.
Yeah. It's very, very poor taste. Horrible. You know, especially in light of just recent events, you know, in the news with the Me Too and just everything. It's like, I don't.
Yeah, we just can't do this today. In today's world, you just can't do it.
Well, I mean, and it shouldn't have been done anytime, really.
Well, right. But I mean, it's such a touch point today.
Exactly.
You know,
you would think that because it's so on the forefront of everybody's mind, that the person typing this tweet would think, oh, wait a minute. No, I can't do that. But they didn't. And Greg, is it really Coach, whatever?
We really should learn how to say his name, because we've said it many times on the show.
Whatever. Executive chairman, co-founder of Arrogant Bastard did put out an
apology
and
a message, but it was an apology, basically saying, you know, this was not something that was. There you go. It's on the screen there. So
yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see here. And again, we will link to it. But so I guess I'll read it. So the tweet that he put out yesterday, we posted an inappropriate tweet on our Arrogant Bastard Twitter account. It carried an underlying message referencing sexual content that was not intended or even realized at the time. Sexual consent. I'm sorry. It carried an underlying message referencing sexual consent that was not intended or even realized at the time. I don't buy that for a second. I see now that the post could easily be read distastefully, making light of a very serious issue in today's society. We apologize for our poor judgment that enabled the tweet to come off as mocking a subject that with very real and serious implications. I, Greg, however you say his last name, as well as Stone Brewing and Arrogant Bastard, do not condone sexual violence or misogyny in any way. The poorly phrased nature of our tweet does not represent anything even remotely acceptable in the past, present, or future of our business, our society, or society as a whole. I join with everyone who is angry at the situation of sexual violence and misogyny in our society. To that end, we have had a lot of discussion over the past 36 hours on how to reinforce and increase our support of equality issues. I personally want to take this opportunity to do better, much better. It's true to our belief system and will prove it. All I can ask is that you accept my sincerest apologies, and please be assured it won't happen again. And here's the part where it just makes me laugh. So Greg went on to say at the end of this apology tweet, for the foreseeable future, a female member of the company will be handling all tweets from arrogant bastard effective immediately. What? I don't understand why. I don't understand why that was in there.
Yeah, that last sentence is just not really necessary. I mean, no one cares. You know,
I just don't. Oh man. Okay.
I mean,
Well,
we don't even. How do we even know that there's any females that work there? I mean, that's just something that just not necessary to put in that tweet. But anyway, thanks for putting it out there, Greg. I sympathize with you. I mean, it's. I guess when you're not handling the social media on a day-to-day basis, we know that you're on Twitter all the time. We read your tweets, but obviously those are your tweets, not arrogant bastards or stones. And I'm sure you've got someone doing this for you. So that's a. I mean, I think they'll be fine after all this, but
yeah,
just unfortunate.
It's just ridiculous. People, just be careful what you tweet. I mean, seriously, like, just when you type out a tweet, look at it and go, am I going to look like a dumbass if I tweet this? And in my case, mostly it's yes, and I send it anyway. But am I going to be sexual deviant? I don't think I want to send this.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. We get that it was supposed to be funny, but
yes,
it was misworded big time.
If you take out the hint part, it would have been funny.
Yes.
If you just left it as it was, that would have been funny. But
yes.
Trying to get a little bit too funny, and it didn't work. That was horrible.
A little too cute.
What beers did you have this week, Chad?
Well, give me just a second here. I got to go over to my barrel list.
I am 10 beers away from 500, so I'm getting there.
500 total or unique?
Total. 500 total, yes.
Sweet.
I will go first because I already have mine up. So, man, it was a slow week, I guess, because besides show beers and quick review beers, Jake and I went downtown to Revolution. The last time Chad, myself, my wife, and Eric went to Revolution, Jake was not able to go. So
did you guys go to the tap room there? Or did you go to actual brewery?
No, same place we went to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so we went down there and we were able to have these two beers that we've been wanting to have, but they're very hard to find. The Death's Tar and Straight Jacket. And
it's Death's?
Yeah, DETH apostrophe S Tar. T-A-R.
Tar, yeah, that's okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's why I just want to say Death Star, but
yeah, but it's
Death's Tar.
Tar. Yeah.
I know.
Black as tar. I like it.
There were 3 beers I had there that I didn't have last time that we tried, but these first two, the Death's Tar and Straight Jacket, the reason these two were significant is because the Chicago Tribune here in Chicago did a story where they tried the Goose Island Bourbon County and the Goose Island barley wine against the Death Star and the Straight Jacket. So Death Star is Imperial. This is Imperial oatmeal stout. I didn't really realize. I don't know about that part, but it is they're barrel aged, and then Straight Jacket is their barley wine. And in that article from the Chicago Tribune, Revolution's beers came out ahead.
Yeah,
which was to us was a surprise.
Yeah, totally a surprise.
Yeah, because Goose Islands are kind of renowned in their popularity and how good they are, and we had them and they were amazing. So when we were there, we were able to get some blown away. Quite honestly, they were so good. I was very, very surprised. Straight Jacket. So I had Straight Jacket. Actually, I had some today too. I gave it a 4.75. But the best one was Death Star. That was unbelievable. It was just so good. And honestly, I told Jake, like, if I could rate this like higher, because I really do think this is better than the Goose Island.
Yeah.
It is so freaking good. It's so good. I have one can left. One can. So,
And then, which one? Straight Jacket is the barley.
Barley
Is that
wine?
the barley?
I
That's
give
the
it a
one.
4.75. It probably it could very easily be a 5. I mean, it's so good too. The other one we had was called Rise. It was also a stout. They just listed on unchecked as a stout. I thought there was something else to it though. Oh, but it was an American stout, so it's hoppier. And I give that a 3.25. It wasn't. I don't like a hoppy stout like that. It just wasn't that good. Now the food, if I could rate the food is fucking amazing. The food was so good.
F-bomb.
The food was so good. They had a burger, but the side was cream cheese herb mashed potatoes. Oh
Boy,
so good. It was so good.
Sounds delicious.
It was so amazing. So yeah, that's all I have, because the other ones are all stuff I did for the show, so I'm not going to mention them. So
all right. Well, okay. Before we go to my list, are you halfway?
No, but I can be.
Oh, I'm right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So what do you got halfway?
I like this, and I really the only lager, like I said, I can compare it to is Boston Lager, which I've had it many, many times. I just recently checked it in at a movie the other night, and I gave that a 3. And I like this a little bit better than Boston Lager, so I'm gonna go up just a little bit. I'll go 3.25. Yeah,
when you compare it to Boston Lager, the term is not right, but it's the only one I can think of really right now. It's I always feel like when I have Boston Lager, like I physically feel heavier. You know, I'm not saying the Boston Lager is heavy, but you know what I mean? Like it's just like you're like,
I can only drink one.
Yeah, it's filling. You just feel it. This is not like that. It's clean. It's crisp. It's not heavy in that sense at all. You know, so I could drink more than one of these in a sitting and not walk away feeling like, oh my God, I'm like a freaking blow up ball here. So, so you went from a 3 to a 3.25.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to hold it a 3.5 right now. I mean, it's still really good. In typical lager fashion, I'm going to burp the hell out of the show. So, but it's good. I like it.
So they're not the exact same style lager. Sam Adams is a Vienna lager. Boston Lager is a Vienna lager.
Okay.
And this one is the North American adjunct lager. So, well, I mean, they're both lagers. So, I mean, the overall category is the same. They're just brewed just a little bit differently. Maybe that's why Vienna lagers are just meatier. I don't know.
Yeah. I wish they would tell you what adjuncts we're talking about here. I guess corn would be the adjunct, huh?
Yeah.
I guess so.
And the stats between the two, 5% ABV for Boston Lager and 30 IBUs, and then of course this one's 4.4 and 20. So this one actually, I think it's just more drinkable to me. So
totally, totally more drinkable for sure.
Yeah.
All right, what'd you have this week, Chad?
All right, so let me skip past my show beers. I had Left Hand Brewing's regular milk stout on tap at a little my favorite restaurant in the greater Green Bay area in Swamico is called Chives. And I was pleasantly surprised to stop by there for some lunch the other day and they had Left Hand Brewing milk stout. And I hadn't checked that one in yet. I've had their nitro milk stout, and then I tried to have their nitro what was that? Wake Up Dead's what it's called. I want to say Imperial Stout. Remember that's the one I broke the bottle, broke the neck on that one. A milk stout. So that was good. 3.75. And then I went to Hinterland Brewing, their new facility in Green Bay. It's the first time I've been to the new facility, and I did a flight. I'm not going to mention every single one of those. They're all pretty good. They did have a bourbon barrel stovepipe, though. I will mention this one. I did their stovepipe on a quick review, Friday morning beer review. I mean, which was really good. But this one is the bourbon barrel version of it. It was awesome. I gave that a 4.25.
Nice.
I had astronaut status from Wiseacre, 375. That was good. That's
You give it a 3.75. What did I give that? I can't remember. I think I give it less than that.
I think you gave it a 3.5 or 3.25.
Yeah. The cinnamon, that one didn't sit well with me.
Yeah, it was very cinnamony. As it warmed up, though, it got the cinnamon flavor kind of mellowed out a little bit, which in the beginning I wouldn't have rated a 3.75, but as I let it, I took a while to drink it because I wanted it to warm up, and I thought the flavors melded together nicely.
Yeah, I did. It was a 3.25. That's what I gave it.
Yeah. Let's see. That's a show beer. I went to Stillmank Brewing yesterday for a beer glass class.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one. Yeah, we need to talk about that.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. And while I was there, I had two from them that I had. We had 4 or 5 different beers, but only 2 that I hadn't had before. So I checked in New 72, which new is not new, like it's N period E period W periods. I think it stands for Northeast Wisconsin. That's a California Common. That was pretty good. 3.25, and then I had a 5. Paramnesia. This is a bourbon. It doesn't say it's bourbon barrel aged, but it is Imperial Oatmeal Stout. And I'm so glad that I got to have it. I didn't know they had it, but I'm glad that I did get to have it because it's gone. That's what we had yesterday.
Will they make it again next year, or is it?
He didn't say.
Oh man,
they kind of just make things on when they feel like making them. So they don't have a schedule for it, as far as I know. But that was an amazing beer. That was a 5.
Nice.
And I'm being much more careful with my 5s today than I was before. I've actually gone back to.
Is it because of Jake? Is it because of what Jake?
Partially. Jake pushed me over the edge. I actually did go back and edit my 5s on Untapped, just because I really feel like when I first started rating beers on Untapped, and I was rating them, I wasn't rating them against anything, and now that I've had enough variety, I needed to go back and change some of those. So, today I had Fresh Coast Pale Ale from Three Sheeps. That was a 3.5. I had a howler of that. That was really good. And then I had a drain pour today. Haven't had drain pour for a while, and I'm sad to say that it's an Appy brewery. An Appy is in Algoma, Wisconsin. It's an awesome, awesome place to go to in the summertime. They got live music, wineries right next door. That's a great little
add it to the list.
Add it to the list of weekend trips. But I did their Brute Force 2018. It's a Bira de Champagne, or a Bira Brute. I did not like it at all.
You said it was too sweet, right? Isn't that what you were saying?
It was so sweet and such a weird variety of fruity flavors that 2 sips and I was done with it. And that's really, really unfortunate because that was a pint and that cost like $20.
That's the dangers, man. Buying all these beers that we buy, it's like, oh, it's not.
Yeah. So that was an expensive. I just literally poured $20 down the drain.
Is that it? You done? Is that your list?
That's my list.
Now we'll have to mention. So we do, of course, rate everything on Untapped. I will give one shout out. My wife just joined Untapped this weekend.
Yeah.
And so she is Bearded Hops Lady on Untapped. So if you want to go follow her, she's had 2 check-ins so far. So,
and that's actually one more check-in than you thought she would do.
It is exactly
like
right.
Ever.
It was. It's so true. That's exactly what I told him. I said, yeah, she's going to join, but yeah.
She'll check in 1 beer. She did. And then she checked in another one today.
Yeah. So she checked in her first and her favorite Hop Slam. She loved Bell's Hop Slam.
Yeah.
And then today I split the straight jacket with her. And it was funny. She was sitting on the couch and she was, I was kind of showing her how to get things checked in and blah, blah, blah. And she had just taken a single sip of it. And she's like, I'm going to give this. I'm like, you can't rate this yet.
No.
She's like, why not? I was like, you've had 1 sip. You need to, come on. You got to drink it and finish it to find out what's going to be, And she's like, "Oh, okay, fine." So she, she finally did. So it was just kind of funny.
And then she put that on Facebook too. That
I know.
because Adam said that I had to wait to check this in.
Saying, come on, if you're gonna do it, let's do it right. But it was funny when she's like, "What did you rate? What did you rate Death Star?" And I said, "Well, that was a 5. A 5? She's like, that means it's perfect." I was like,
"Yeah,
damn good." and then she's like, "Well, I like Hopslam, and I like Hopslam better than this, so I can't rate it better than Hopslam." I was like, "Well, hang on a second." I said, "Hopslam's an IPA, a double IPA. This is a barley wine. They're not even supposed to be alike, so like you can't rate it that way either." And then I was like, "Okay, you can rate it however you want. I'm just saying, understand what you're comparing here, so you know."
Yeah,
So,
and she'll learn along the way how what to compare beers to, and
but she already got past the one check-in that I said, and I'm gonna draw the line at 5. Just say it.
All right, Gene, if you listen to this, there's your challenge.
If she hears this, she will do it because she'll do 6, and then she'll stop because just to prove me wrong. That's what
Well, I bet you won't do 10 then.
Right, I bet you won't do 100. What would be really funny is if she could beat Jake to 100.
Oh yeah, and he's only 8 or 9 away.
Yeah. She could beat Jake. Oh man. If you gave her that goal, she'd probably be like, "Okay, here we go."
Down.
Crack. Oh yeah. What's next? What are we doing next here?
Did we okay, so we did the Untapped average rating for this, but I'm not really sure how accurate that is, because this is
right, because if it's rating the old against the new,
that's a lot of old ratings, yeah.
And I'm not seeing anything on Untapped. Are you saying it's a new or old, right?
Nope. Yep, they're all
and Beeradvocate does separate it, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So the old one on Beeradvocate had 115 ratings, and it was rated at 352. And the new one is rated better, but with only 30 ratings so far at 382. I just looked up the Beeradvocate definition of American adjunct lager.
Lager.
And it basically describes what you would typically think of a Budweiser as.
Price.
Light-bodied, pale, fizzy lagers made popular by the macrobreweries of America after Prohibition. Low bitterness, thin malts, moderate alcohol. They focus less on flavor and more on mass production and consumption, cutting flavor and sometimes costs with adjunct cereal grains like rice and corn.
Yeah.
That's a Budweiser for you right there.
Well, yeah. But
this is not that.
This is not that. I mean, this definitely tastes better than a Budweiser, but do you think this is craft beer's attempt to lure more of those Bud Coors guys?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I mean, why not? Yeah, give it a better flavor in the same style. I mean, it's going to be more expensive, but yeah. I think it's
how much did you get at one can, right?
I got 2 cans.
How much do you remember? Because I don't remember. I bought the 6-pack, and I don't really honestly remember what I paid for it. My wife, of course, should remember, but
I don't remember either. I want to say
it was $8 for whatever reason. I got a Woodman's.
Yeah, I want to say it was $1.95 a can.
Yeah, so
but I'm not positive on that.
Yeah, I want to say this is like $7.99 for this 6-pack. So
yeah, that would about make sense.
I mean, look, if I was still in my lager days of Coors Light, Bud Light, Budweiser, PBR,
Rolling Rock,
this is good.
Miller Genuine Draft.
It definitely has more flavor than the light lagers that are out there by far.
Yes.
It's been a very long time since I've had a straight Budweiser, so it's hard for me to say. Because I remember the first time I had a straight up Budweiser, I was very surprised at the flavor that it had. Because all previous to that I had were light lagers, So I honestly don't remember, and I'm really not gonna go test it out and find out. But
well, yeah, we're going to.
Are we gonna do straight Bud on that one?
Well, we gotta have a good list of shitty beers.
Well, when it comes to shitty beers, Bud Light would definitely make it, but there's a lot shittier out there than Budweiser. Straight Bud.
That's true, but we gotta have stuff to compare it to. You gotta have a good shitty beer and a shitty beer.
Oh man. Shit is shit. Oh.
So I went to that class yesterday.
Yes. So yes, tell us about your classics. First, explain what the class was, and then tell us what you learned there, Spanky.
Yeah, so this was really cool. So we've been kind of experimenting with different style glasses since we started doing this podcast, and I actually found a class to go to right here in Green Bay at Stillmank Brewing. They offered a beer glass class where
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, beer glass class. I'm only gonna do it once. Yeah. And it was $45. So you paid to get in the class, and there were, I don't know, 35 people or so there.
Yeah, it looked kind of full from it looked like there's a lot more people than I guess when you told me about it, I expected to be there. So that was cool.
Well, yeah, I thought there was going to be like 10 people.
Yeah.
But they were set up for probably 50, and it was well over half full. So 35, 40 people. And they had a sales rep from, I don't know what company she works for, but they sell Luigi Biermoli Italian glassware. And so she's kind of an expert on the tasting properties of the different shapes of craft beer glasses. So we got 4 glasses, and we had four beers that were paired with the glass. And they also gave us plastic, not like there weren't solo cups, but that style of cup,
right,
to compare it to. So you could pour a little taste in the plastic cup and then take the actual, they gave us full pours where the beer actually should be for the glass that you were drinking out of. And they could compare the taste between the two. And I was actually very pleasantly surprised in the taste difference and how much better each beer tasted out of the proper glass, because the aromas are presented to you the way they're supposed to be presented. Some glasses are meant to just give you aroma through the nose. Other glasses that have an outward lip on them. The Only Child glass has an outward facing lip,
right,
is meant to give you an aroma through the nose and your mouth. Yeah, so it was super interesting. And there's a little booklet that's coming to you in that package that I'm sending to Jake that will explain how these glasses work. And for $45, this was, not only did I get 4 different full pour beers and as much of it as I wanted, and I got a set of 4 Italian craft beer glasses.
You did get a set of glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And the set of 4, they retail for like $60. So taking the class for $45, getting the glasses to take home. We got to spend some time with Brad, the co-owner. Brad Stillmank is his name, and met him, met some of the brewery people, and just had a good time learning how to properly.
Now, did you do they only do a comparison between like the solo cup and the glass cup, or did you do different glass cups of the same beer and notice the difference in the different kind of glass?
Nope. So
okay, they
did 4 beers paired with the 4 glasses, and then you can compare each of those beers to the taster in the plastic cup.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the first one they did was a cider. It was only made for that day. That you can't even get it. You can't buy it. They made one barrel of it, 15 gallons, just for that class.
Oh, that's cool.
But they wanted to do a cider because there's a glass that's specifically designed for sweeter beers, not just ciders, but sweeter tasting beers. So that was first, and then we did Wisco Disco, and then we what was it? It was a New 72 is what it was, pale ale, and then that bourbon barrel oatmeal stout were the 4 beers that we got to try. with the different glasses. Open forum, ask questions. Brad would explain the beer. The lady would explain the glass. They would kind of both work together on how his beer is supposed to work with that particular glass. And it was awesome. I mean, it was 2 hours. The brewery was packed. I can't believe how many people, not just for the class, but I mean,
And that
place
was
jam packed.
That was yesterday, right? Saturday?
Yeah. Yep. Saturday afternoon.
That's cool. And it was funny because after you said that, after you said you're going to that class, I looked up trying to find, anything around here. Nothing around here does a class like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there's something in Milwaukee. She's from Cedarburg, which is a North Milwaukee suburb.
Okay.
And she said that she's done several classes. She does winery classes, wine glass classes as well. But she's starting to do more of these craft beer classes because it's a fairly new set, I guess, from Luigi Biomoli.
Nice.
And they liked our tweet. I don't know if you saw that. I tweeted that we were at a class that was featuring these glasses. And
the glass company liked it.
The glass company liked
cool. I
it.
didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah, they liked the tweet.
Very nice. That sounds fun. I really would like to go to a class like that, and then just a class on tasting. I know I've seen there are classes out there that they're offered by various people who will give you the beer and then the off flavors, because that has always been really the hardest thing for me is detecting an off flavor, because I don't know that I'm detecting an off flavor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The other thing I mentioned this to Jake, that we should do next time you're down, is go to the brew store and buy 5 or 6 different of the more popular hops.
Oh, okay.
Citra, the Simcoe.
And just
smell those.
Smell
Because the one I know Citra just because I've used them so many times when I've brewed.
Yeah.
But when I see something that says, this uses Simcoe hop, I can't quite detect what that smells like. You know what I mean? So that would be a good thing to do, fun thing to do, to go maybe find a beer that's primarily brewed with Citra, which is pretty freaking easy.
Pretty common, yeah.
Find an IPA, and majority of them have that.
Right.
Then find one that's with Simcoe, and then find, and then go buy those hops, and you do all the comparisons. I think that'd be a fun thing to.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I would.
But yeah, I would love to find a class on tasting. I mean, we both have the book, which is like the Bible of beer tasting books. That I need to really start reading more of, because I started reading, I kind of stopped. But yeah, that's really cool. I like that. That's neat. I'm going to try and look in my area, or even maybe I guess Milwaukee too. That'd be cool to go to. So
yeah.
So where you at?
I am about on this exact same spot. Just about the last sip.
I mean, really, that was a good beer. That's just one of those it sounds funny, I think, to say, but it's a beer where I don't have to think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
you're exactly right. I mean,
I don't need to think about what I'm drinking or what I'm tasting in it.
There's nothing complex about it.
No, there's nothing complex about it, but it's it's very balanced. It's very drinkable. It's not, like some lagers, as you drink them, and actually as they warm up, I should say, as they warm up, they get pissier.
Gross, yeah.
They get gross. Like the flavor goes, and then you have this flavor of just, bleh. And this didn't. I mean,
yeah.
I did pull it right out of the fridge. I think we talked for maybe 15 minutes before we actually started recording. But it didn't have a chance to warm up.
Yeah, it was cold, nice and cold when we poured it. And I think, when you're drinking a lager or Pilsner, for me, the colder the better.
Yeah, that's one of those beers that don't let it warm up.
Yeah,
because they usually 90% of the time just get disgusting. This one didn't, and I kudos for that, because it's good.
It is very good. Yeah,
I would say if you know somebody who is a lager person, and I definitely know a few for sure. I think a lot of people, especially those of us that drink craft beer, we know those guys who swear off craft beer because they don't like the bitterness of IPAs, right? And they're just not into the dark, heavy beers. Okay, fine. This would be kind of a gateway drug for them then.
Yep.
Kind of get them over to at least buying a craft beer instead of paying those German companies. So,
And I think that's what a lot of these companies, a lot of brewers or breweries are going to be doing, just like you said earlier in the show, just to get people over to try it.
yeah.
Hey, you like that one from us? Try
one of these.
Maybe try the all day IPA. That's kind of, it's a weak IPA.
Well, I would imagine also though that a lot of these guys have people, I would say probably every single day coming into the tap room, who are beer guys. They got dragged there by their buddy or something like that, and they're, or even they dragged their girlfriend or whatever, and they're like, yeah, okay, let me help you out. What kind of beer do you like? Bud.
Yeah.
Why don't we have lagers?
What do you have that's regular? Like, can guys get a regular beer?
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's actually, yeah. Can I just get a regular beer? They're all fucking regular beer.
Yeah, every single one of these is regular. All these styles have been around for long
time. Sorry, all of ours have flavor. So, but yeah, I mean, I think if you have somebody,
that's when they say, all these are regular. We don't have anything unleaded. I mean, if that's what you're looking for,
right.
Actually, unleaded beer.
Right, exactly. If you have someone who likes a lager, I mean, this would be a good one. I would actually like to try to get some of these other premium lagers by craft breweries and see what they're like, and maybe, God forbid, maybe even do a drink between one of the bigger lagers.
Well, I don't think there's any problem if we bought one can of Budweiser. Make Jake buy one can of Budweiser, and then we'll split it among the three of us as in a taster, because that's all. I don't even want it. That's all I can handle. But it's just for the show, though. For the show, just for.
If anybody wants to buy us a can of Bud and send it to us, we'll try it. But I would say that.
You say that, now we're gonna end up with pallets of Budweiser on our driveway.
So I got people who can sell that shit too. So, I do think though that I think it would be interesting to do a comparison between the big eye beers and these. So, what are you gonna?
Stone. I was gonna say Stone has one called Who You Call. Well, it's Arrogant Brewing. They're gonna discontinue it. Never mind. Who You Calling Wussy? That's their Pilsner. But
after that tweet,
yeah. So other breweries that we know for sure are doing a lager this year: Firestone Walker, Fig Mountain, Modern Times. Modern Times, isn't that like a marijuana magazine?
That's High Times.
Oh, High Times, yeah.
Not that I know or anything.
And Cigar City are all going to do lagers this year, so we can start maybe looking for some of those.
As we said, they say that's one of those styles that's supposed to be big in 2018. So
yep.
I think we're done, right? Is that it? We're done with the beer, at least.
Done with the beer. Yep.
All right.
Where's your final? Where are you going to lock this one down at?
So I was 3.75, or no, I was 3.5.
Yes.
Yeah, I think because at the end it didn't taste like piss. I'm gonna give it a 3.75 because this is definitely one I could drink again, like you said, after mowing the lawn on a hot summer day. Hanging out 4th of July type of thing. Yeah, for sure, definitely.
So, what did you say, 3.5 or 3.75?
I went up from 3.5 to 3.75.
Okay,
I started at 3.5. Yeah.
Okay, I'll stick with my slightly raised at 3.25.
Nice.
I think it's. I mean, 3 is a buy again beer. I think this is just a little bit better than Boston Lager, and that's what I'm comparing it to. So,
yep,
3.25. I thought it was good. Really
cool.
Good.
That is good. I'm actually going to check it right now. 3 slider over 7.5. There we go. Well, all right, man. We have done it, and I think I was pleasantly surprised. I actually didn't really know.
Sure.
When I bought this, I think Gina's like, you're buying a lager. I didn't know what to expect out of this one, so I'm very pleasantly surprised that it was this good. So happy
as well.
All right. Anything else?
That's
Cadillac?
all I got.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. And if you, of course, want to find us, you can hit beardhops.com. If you go to beardhops.com/find us, that is where you can get the links to everything. We're on pretty much all of the podcasting sites, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, iTunes. All those links are at beardhops.com/find us. You can also watch our videos of our podcasts on YouTube and join us, of course, on Facebook.com/beardhops. We also do quick reviews, just a really short 5 to 9 minutes or so reviews. We have those are on the RSS feed, but those are also on YouTube as well. So each of us will do a couple beers a week. We pretty much have stuff coming out every single day of the week, so we would enjoy you following along.
Did you mention videos on Facebook and shorties on Instagram?
I didn't mention Instagram. Let's go ahead and do that.
Instagram, yeah, we're now on. Well, we've been on Instagram, but we've just recently figured out that we can do super shorties, super quickies.
Yeah, Instagram limits you to 1 minute videos, so I try to chop the video down to 1 minute and square them up.
Yeah, and then, but the idea there is, so go check it out. If you like the super shorty, head right over to YouTube or Facebook to catch the regular version of it. So.
Yep. And if there's any beers you want us to check out, please let us know. We would love to try to find them, and if we can't, we would love for you to send them to us because we can't get them all. We're pretty limited, as you know, with most craft beers. It's kind of limited to what's in your region. Except for the big guys like Founders, like we had today. So.
Yes. Yeah. And we love our local beers, obviously, but we would love to review beers that are more readily available around the country. So
I would love to love your local beers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I would love to love your local beers. All right, Chad, we did it.
You love your local beer. What?
We did it. We're done.
Okay, we're done.
Later, guys.
I think we're good.
Thanks for joining us.
Good night, everyone.
Go watch the Oscars. Actually, I'm probably not going to watch the Oscars. I'm going to read my tasting book.
Yes, go read.
Because I don't want to watch the Oscars. Because I don't give a shit.
No, I don't either.
No,
I didn't even know they were tonight.
I know. I only knew because Gino's watching the red carpet. So
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
I was watching
Cool story.
well, this isn't part of the podcast, so
I don't know. You never know.
oh, maybe it is. What was I watching just before I? Oh, Phantom Works, that car restoration show.
Oh, that show, yeah. That's on that whatever that
Velocity.
a lot. All right. I think we can officially say we're done now.
Okay, we'll officially say
Bye.
we're done.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen.
Have a good night.
Whatever. Stupid song. Yeah. All right.
What is that? Sound of Music?
Yeah, the hills are alive
Yeah.
with my sounds of musics.
Yeah. All right, I gotta go check in with Britt. She should be at the hotel.
All righty. Talk to you later, man.
Later, brother.
Bye.
Bye-bye.